So in this video, we're going to talk about term insurance for seniors. Probably you have received all sorts of junk mail from different kinds of life insurance companies and seen endless streams of commercials on television for the best term insurance type of products. And what I'm going to do in this video is tell you more about the fine print about how these term insurance products work, so you know exactly the facts before we make a decision if these kind of plans are right for you. So stick around. How you doing today? My name is David Duford, owner and operator of BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com, where we help people like you get affordable, high-quality, final expense life insurance. In this video, I'm going to be talking about term insurance that is marketed towards people 50 and older. Most likely, you get all sorts of junk mail every day of your life, and you've probably seen junk mail and TV ads, for that matter, from reputable insurance companies that are offering what's called term insurance. So like all professional ads, these sound really good, right? You probably have seen them. They look like they're a good price. The coverage seems to be good quality, but you can't help but wonder in this day and age, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So what I'm going to spend time doing today is actually showing you the fine print. When it comes to buying life insurance, if you're somebody over 50 or thereabouts even, you need to know all the facts before you make a decision. How does the company work? How specifically does the product work? Is it something that aligns with my particular goals when it comes to owning a life insurance product? And you need to make that decision based off of the facts, not off of emotions and appeals to emotion. You need to make sure what you purchase accurately matches what your goals are. So what better way to figure out if these products are something that are sensible to you? So stick around. We're going to do this in just a second. I'm going to take you over to my desktop, and I'm actually going to show you the fine print for each of these products. And after that, we're going to come back, and I'm going to literally break down and kind of give you my peace of mind on these companies and why I think you should be concerned with some of the fine print and how these plans work. So here we go. Okay, guys, so what we're looking at here is what's called the Globe Life product. You probably have seen their ads for years and years and years. The old $1 buys $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 in coverage. You've probably, again, seen these things repetitively and maybe even own coverage with them. And just by the looks of it, it looks like it's nothing that's too terribly bad of a deal. You get a good amount of coverage, no medical exam, no waiting period. You buy direct from the company, and the rates seem low, $217 per month. Of course, what's the amount? It's always the other side of the coin. So what I'm going to actually do is take you through a few pages here of an application process until the point we get to the fine print. So what I'm doing here is doing a quote for one adult in Tennessee. Of course, my name is Mickey Mouse. And then I'm going to put in my gender as male, and then I'm putting in my birth date or made-up birth date. So this is somebody who's approximately 70 years old, 69 at the time of this recording. So now this brings us to the screen where we can actually see the rates for the coverage. So there's a little stuff on the side here that just tells you all you do is got to pay $1 to get you your first month in coverage. There's no medical exam, no waiting period. It all sounds good. However, if you'll notice down here, something that says, please click here to read the policy description. So I'm going to click on this, and in case you can't zoom in and watch this full screen, I'm going to actually read to you what the fine print says here. So as the fine print comes up, here's exactly what it says. And then after I say it, what it says, I'll define it in layman's terms so it's a little bit easier to understand. This is a modified premium term to age 80 product. The initial term period can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years in duration, depending upon issue age. All renewal term periods begin at a 5-year plus 1 age, 21, 26, 31, 36, all the way to 76, and will be 5 years in length except for the final term period. The final 4-year period, which will always begin at age 76, will expire, and the policy will terminate at the policy anniversary following the insured's 80th birthday. So what does this all mean? Well, here's the bottom line with this particular type of product. What they're saying here is that, first of all, this policy terminates at age 80. One thing I teach people to understand when they look at these products is that whenever they say term, think terminate. That means that this product is only going to last for a period of time until it goes away. You may or may not be happy with that. A lot of people I deal with aren't, because they don't like the idea of paying for a number of years to live past the expiration date when they probably need it the most. So imagine paying all that money for no insurance coverage, because it does simply just go away. On top of that, if you read into the first portion here, there's term periods which begin and then they go up in price. So at 71, 76, for example, there are price increases built into the design of the insurance plan itself. So what does this all mean? All this means is that, yes, you can purchase a plan, and maybe it gives you a good amount of coverage for a fair price, but you're going to have consequences down the line that you may not be able to afford. For example, in this Mickey Mouse quote example, person's 69 years old. When they turn 71, as described in the policy description, they're going to have a price increase. And the thing is you can't see it. It could be pretty steep, and usually it is, especially at those ages. And even if those price increases are paid, even at 80 years old, too bad. They're canning you and you have no coverage anymore. And you got to ask yourself, do you know when you're going to die? Is it worth taking that risk? So let's take a look at a couple other products that you've seen. So here I've got you on AARP's level benefit term life insurance product. So just like described, it's a term insurance plan, which means it terminates. So what we're going to be looking for is the exact age as to when it terminates. There's no medical exam. Of course, all the nice stuff that sounds great is in the beginning. But as we scroll on down to the features and benefits, we notice that there are affordable rates that increase over time. So what does that mean? That means you've got predisposed, pre-set up price increases if you buy an AARP term insurance policy. And you also notice, as we get kind of closer to figuring out when this terminates, AARP members ages 50 to 74 and spouses 45 to 74 are eligible to apply for this group coverage. So why does it cut off at 74? It's kind of getting closer here. So what if you're 75? You can't apply with this particular product. Well, as we get down here to the fine print, again, let me go ahead and do my best to highlight this so you can hopefully read it. But bottom line, here's what we're looking at. Premiums above are the rates New York Life currently charges. Your initial premium is based on your age at issue. Premiums increase as you enter each new 5-year age band, and will be based on the current rates at the time. Age bands begin at 45 to 49 and end at ages 75 to 79. And most important here, coverage ends at age 80. Premiums are not guaranteed. However, your rates may change only if they change for all others, if they're in the same class insured as under the group policy. So here we go again, guys. Reputable company, great company, saying nothing about the quality of the life insurance. I know that New York Life pays death claims fantastically, and their association with AARP does help a lot of people. But for a lot of people that don't know what this fine print entails with price increases and the potential, well, the guarantee that coverage will cancel at 80, that leaves a lot to be wanting. A lot of people would not take this policy out, this kind of policy out, had they have realized this fine print, which is why I'm showing it to you. So let's take one more look at another company that you may have seen and show you what they do as well. So you're taking a look here at TrueStage Life Insurance Company. They are pretty, seen them for a while. They offer term insurance products up to $300,000 and with several health questions attached. But again, as we scroll down through here, we're going to be looking at all the same issues. The term life product here lasts till age 80. They put it right out there in the open. Now, there's other products that are guaranteed for life. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the problem here is still the same. If you take out the term insurance, which is the most appealing on pricing, term is always less expensive than whole life insurance. You're facing this potential of outliving the coverage. And again, in the fine print down here, TrueStage term life insurance to age 80 is made available through TrueStage Insurance Agency. And this is a term insurance policy that increases when entering each 5-year age band that is renewable to age 80, which means it cancels after 80. Okay, so what's the moral of the story here after looking at these 3 very popular name brand companies and the kind of products that they offer you? Well, the idea behind paying or having a plan for final expenses is going to be an individualistic experience. And here's what I mean. There's a lot of people that buy life insurance in their 50s and above because they want a pre-designated plan to pay for a burial. The very nature of death is that it's certain, yet it's uncertain, right? We know we're going to all die. There's no question of that. What the question is when is it actually going to occur? And what you have to ask yourself is, if we're unsure of when death is going to occur, don't we need a plan that can weather the storm no matter when death actually occurs? Better yet, for all those people out there that have fixed incomes, why take a chance with an insurance that will gobble up more and more of your fixed income as you get older, when you need this more, on top of the fact that you may just end up losing it if you outlive it? What's the point? Wouldn't something that's guaranteed to have a price that's fixed in place be a better deal for you overall than taking a chance with rising premiums? And that's why I believe the vast majority, not everybody, but the vast majority of people who are over 50 that are looking for a predisposed plan to pay for a burial want a whole life permanent policy. Whole life insurance is basically a plan that where the rates do not ever go up because of any sort of change in age or health. The coverage is designed never to cancel either because of your health changing or because of your age changing. And then in many circumstances, even with a history of certain health issues, many people may qualify for first day full coverage, even if they've been declined before. This is the kind of protection a lot of people at the end of the day, when it's explained in context with the pitfalls of term insurance, they easily jump for. They don't want to fool around with insurance, probably because they've been fooled around with insurance before. They've spent a lot of money on insurance that never lived up to its word. Maybe it was with car insurance or homeowners insurance. And they want a plan where everything's in writing, where it's very straightforward, and if they just pay their premiums, they know they've got coverage. If that's something you're interested in, that is something I can help you with. However, there are going to be people who a term insurance plan is more appropriate for, because most likely than not, they've got more obligations than the average person. And in policy with term insurance, you can usually get more coverage for less money, but you've got to still remember you're still faced with the potential of outliving the term insurance. So I help people with both, even though most people opt for a whole life plan. I can't stress it enough. It's like what I said earlier. At the end of the day, what really matters is what you think matters the most for your family. You need to be presented with the facts. You need to be able to make a decision based on where the options are and what will fit your goals the best. Nobody should be coming into your home or talking to you over the phone and force feeding you with a particular insurance kind of product without understanding your circumstances and what it is that you want to accomplish. And then the agent recommends a plan based off of what you're providing them as far as what's important, and the agent provides the pros and the cons so you can make that decision that works best. That's what I do. That's why I cut this video, because there's unfortunately not a lot of that in this industry. There's a lot of product pushing and people who just want to sell something versus actually sit down and more or less fact find with the client to figure out what's important with them, for them, and for their family, so they can come up with a product that's going to give them the best value for what they can afford. That's what I do at Buy Life Insurance for Burial. And I invite you, if you haven't already, to ask me for a quote. There's 2 or 3 ways that you can do this. It's very simple. The first way is the easiest. You can give me a call, 888-626-0439. You can go to my website and request a quote. It's buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. And if you're there, number 3, you can also initiate a chat with me. And I'm happy to provide you quotes, no obligation, over a chat mechanism, a little software piece that we use. So if there's anything I could do for you, if you found what I have to say compelling, I urge you to jump on while you can and look at some insurance options. Many times it's much more affordable than you even think, and the process is very simple to work with, especially with someone like myself who shops around to try to find the best price and value of coverage for each of his clients. My name is Dave Duford at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com, and again, thank you so much for watching. See ya.